Hey y'all, I am just getting home from church, rushed in here, worried about my plants because we are getting into the 90s already by midday, and I was worried that my potatoes would be wilted if we stayed over on the East Coast for too much longer, so we rushed home. And now that I'm here, I was correct. My potatoes have started to wilt, but also my summer squashes that were planted a couple weeks back, I guess about 4 weeks ago, have started to wilt also in this sun. So I did give them a splash of water, but while I was watering, I remembered that I had not given them their bottle of mothball water. Now, this is a concept that I've gotten from a fellow YouTuber, Chad, over at Down Home Backyard Gardening. Go check out his channel. It's really cool, down-to-earth guy. I love watching him. He makes me laugh. But he's doing real gardening, and he's telling you about all of his successes and his failures. And I'm trying this method this year because squash is probably my most difficult vegetable to grow. Because the time of year that we have to grow them is when we have the highest pest pressure. We do have squash bugs. We also have squash vine borers. That is what the mothball water is for. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail here, but I have followed Chad's advice and put some mothballs and some water. And now I'm going to set this one into one of the grow bags that I have some squash growing in. They're getting pretty big and they're going to start to attract all of the bugs. So I'm going to take you guys over there and I'm going to show you how I'm going to set this in here. So I've got this overwhelmingly crazy amount of plants sitting on my driveway right now, and tucked over here along my rock path, which looks like I need to go and turn off my drip system because my beds are overflowing. But I do have a couple of squash plants growing in kind of a mixed bag here. There's a couple bean plants in there with them, and also some calibrachoa down in the bottoms of them. But you can see that these things are starting to come into flower. So I'm going to take this mothball water and just set it down here so that it is nestled into the middle of the plant. And if any of those squash vine borers decide to come by, the goal is that they will smell this mothball water and hightail it out of here instead of trying to lay eggs on my squash. It's working so far for my winter squash and the summer squashes that I have planted in the back. So I figured I would just go ahead and try it in these as well. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get 2 more bottles set up for the other 2 bags. And I'm going to keep you guys posted and let you know how it's working out throughout this season. My squash plants in the back are already starting to produce fruit. So I think it's a win. While I'm here, let me just show you the winter squash. This puppy has started to climb. It is not dehydrating quite as badly as it was a couple weeks ago. And we have almost reached the 3rd bed over here. So it's doing exactly what I wanted it to do. And there is fruit coming on in a couple of spots. I'm not going to hassle the plant too much right now because it's just been watered and it's trying to rehydrate itself. You'll see that it does have a little bit of dehydration going on in those leaves, but I don't want this one growing up here, so I'm going to have to come down here and train it so that it will go down and stop grabbing my flowers, because I don't want you doing that. But I'll have to come in and put a stake in here to train this guy down. Otherwise, it's going to keep trying to go up there. I don't want to put another obelisk in here. I just don't. It's kind of right in front of my house, so I don't want that going all up the windows. So yeah, I'll keep you guys posted and let you know how that mothball water is doing. So far so good though. If you guys get a chance, go on over to Down Home Backyard Gardening and check Chad out. Really cool guy. I gotta figure out how to get out to Texas so that I can meet him and check out his garden. He's doing a lot of cool things that us gardeners are always forced to try. Something new to save our plants. Till next time, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you soon. Bye.